A tough test of it Sunday?
Yeah, I think you could say that. I think we're under no illusions about the type of challenge that's coming our way on Sunday, but it's a big one, as they all are, and we're looking forward to it. It's a chance for us to see how far, how much we've improved, certainly in the last month, because it's one of the sternest tests you're going to face as a Scottish Premiership club. So we have to go and try and do our best to get a result.
Celtic have had a great season. They're scoring a lot of goals, but you're scoring a lot of goals and you're not conceding a lot of goals as well. You must get into this with quite a lot of confidence.
Yeah. I think our form has been good over the last month. A couple of things we need to try and improve. I thought we just dropped below a little bit last week in the game, in the Hibs game. But we know there's going to be little bumps along the way, and different challenges we face, and opposition sort of looking at what we do and trying to overcome it, and that's the nature of the game. So, we're constantly evolving, trying to be a better team each week. But you get a real good indication of how far you're improving or where you are by being challenged every single week by good teams. So, Sunday will be just as stern a test as we'll face this season. But we have to understand that we belong in the Premiership and we belong on this stage, and we need to believe that we can compete against anybody.
What's the biggest key for you and for Motherwell on Sunday to try and win the game?
Excuse me. I don't think it's just one thing. I think we have to come up with a game plan that we might have to change a little bit from what we've been doing recently due to players missing and the nature of the opponents. So we're looking at that. But you need quite a few things to go for you in every single game. Games can change on goals. But we've shown that we can get in the lead and stay in the lead. We can come back from being goals down as well. I think you have to tick a lot of boxes to go and win this type of game of football. That's the reality. So we can't just focus on one particular aspect. We just have to take our A game and give it our best shot. If we go there and give it our best shot, that'll be enough for me.
People have watched Celtic a lot this season. What do you make of them?
I've watched them a lot.
Yeah.
Not any more than anybody else. No. I watch my team more than anybody else, to be honest, because we have to analyse closely and see where we can improve. But we only focus on the next opponent once we've got the previous game out of the way. So it's only been this week that I've looked at what they do, well, where we feel we can possibly take advantage. And but for me, as I always say, regardless, we have to get our game in place. And there were things that we could have done better last week, which we're trying to put in place. But we have to make a couple of changes this week, and we'll see how they adapt.
Graham, congratulations on the award. Good month for you, beating Aberdeen, Hearts, and United. One of the best months you've had at the club so far.
Yeah, but not for that reason. It was for the way the team performed after a very negative result here a month ago. I think the players deserve immense credit for coming back from that and showing what a good team we are, what a good squad we are, because we haven't used just the same 11 players. We've had to use the full squad. So that's what's pleased me most, that we've looked at things, we've tried to improve, we have improved, and the players have bought into what we had to do to make those improvements. That, for me, is worth more than anything, because I know that you're working with good characters, good personalities, and good footballers. And without a shadow of a doubt, the players deserve immense credit from what they've done in the last month, because we were in a difficult period a month ago, and we've had a good month since then. But we have to maintain that consistency. That's what we're. That sort of trait is what we're chasing, and so I think we've got the players to do that. And it's been a good month for the team, for the club, because a lot of people have put a lot of work into those results.
Yeah, obviously it was a 1-1 draw against Hibs last weekend. News come this morning that Hibs have parted ways with their manager Jack Ross. What do you make of that news?
I'm disappointed for Jack, because I think he's a great guy. I think he's obviously a talented manager. You know, I remember doing a coaching course with Jack many years ago, and played each other a few times this season, and we've both won, we've both lost. But he's always straight, and he's always magnanimous in defeat or respectful in victory. I think he's a genuine guy, and no one likes to see someone like that lose their job. And it's a tough business. We know, Jack knows that as well. And but yeah, it's I didn't see it coming, to be honest, because of the job he's done there, to be honest. But unfortunately, it's one of the parts of this job where it comes around. And but listen, he's a very talented guy, and he'll be back within no time.
So just back to Celtic on Sunday, the front three are pretty dangerous. How do you tackle that?
Theirs or ours?
Well, both.
Oh, right, okay.
No,
That's right. No, listen, if we just think that it's their front three that are talented, then we'll be mistaken. They've got talent all over the pitch and all over their squad, because they can miss players and still bring in top quality players. So, we have to focus on how we get our game going, and we have to focus on them as a whole, because it's certainly their success, their results have certainly not just been down to 1, 2 or 3 players. It's a collective, and they've got a lot of talented players. So that's where the challenge we face. It's on the 11, not just certain individuals.
Well, on one certain individual on your side is obviously the top goal scorer. How did Celtic tackle that?
Well, that's what we like to think. We like to have players in our group and our team that can give issues, cause issues for the opposition, and make people think. That's important, that we have players that other teams respect and understand there's a threat there. And it's obviously Tony's done great this season with his goals, but if you look at the other forwards we have in the squad, they've got as much talent and goal threat as him, but he's hitting the target more often than not, and getting those goals with some quality finishes. But we know we've got that goal threat in numerous players, and we have to always carry that. We always have to carry a puncher's chance of winning, and we know when opportunities fall to these players, they're going to hit the target. So that's what we have to do. We understand that we're going to have to get our defensive game really sharp and alive for what they're doing, but we always have to carry a threat of our own, or there's no point in taking part in the game in the first place.
And last night, I know you said you look at one match at a time, but it's a bit of a hectic schedule, but there's a lot of good chances in the next month up to the winter break to cement that position that you're in the league at the moment.
It's going to be a really tough game on Sunday. I think we have to focus every single part of our brains on our challenge on Sunday, and Sunday only. If I think anyone is not doing that, then their focus will be in the wrong direction. It won't be on the pitch anyway. So that's the reality. We have to focus on the next game at all times, without exception.
How's your squad looking for Sunday?
We're a little bit bare, to be honest. We've got a few injury issues from last week and previous weeks, so we might have to change players and a little bit of what we've been doing recently because of the personnel. But we'll give those players the best chance of being fit for Sunday. But it's I can't see it being the same team this week as it was last.